money radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Welcome to a very special edition of the Talking Real Money podcast. And by special, we don't mean that there's anything big going on. It just means special. You know, a euphemism for all kinds of things, because our guest today is someone who's very special in the podcasting arena. We'll tell you who he is in a minute, but first I want to introduce your co-host, another special person in his own right. And I didn't say short bus special, even though I thought it. Mr. Thomas C. Cock, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big hand.
I got to say, I got a slight protest because our guest today tried to take my place on this podcast. So there's going to be some pretty sharp questions for him.
Oh, really?
You remember that? I was out of for like 10 minutes.
Right.
And the next thing
Tom
I know,
snuck
boom,
away,
I know.
And Joe Saul-Sehy snuck in to
not
replace him.
And
he's back for another audition.
I need to defend my honor here because I did nothing of the sort. I was invited by the apparently backstabbing Don McDonald.
Oh, that fits.
Oh, throw me under the short bus. I don't like these guys anymore, Mom. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Talking Real Money, the podcast, where today we're going to talk money with a guy who talks money like we do on a podcast that, of course, does better than ours in the rankings.
Well, they were the best financial podcast of 2023, something like that, right? Was some
Stacking Benjamins was
number one.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a big deal for us.
He's getting a little. He's glowing.
He is. He's actually getting redder by the moment.
I feel like I owe the people at Bankrate and Kiplinger $10 because I have no idea where that came from. So thank you to Bankrate and Kiplinger. Yeah.
You do actually have a great podcast. We love occasionally participating.
We have so much fun having you guys on the show. It's super fun.
We love hanging out in the basement. The cookies to die for. Anyway, welcome to Talking Real Money, special edition. Don McDonald, Tom Cock, and Joe Saul-Sehy from Stacking Benjamins. And the theme of today's show, I thought, since he's going to be joining us at RetireMeet, we've had him on the show many times, and we talk about money stuff, but we don't know Joe. So this is getting to know Joe.
I'm glad you spelled that out. You never told me, so this is good.
I want to learn a little bit more about what makes Joe Saul-Sehy, the host of Stacking Benjamins, tick and do the things that he does. Now, I do know, for example, that you were once a financial advisor. I hate that term with a white hot passion.
Practitioner.
Yeah, correct?
I was for 16 years.
Wow.
And this is interesting because when I started in 1993, of course, it was all sales, right? I mean, there was no such thing really there were a few fee only planners, but not many. It was mostly join a big organization, learn how to sell. And then over time during the course of my career, it went toward fee only, which I really enjoyed. The more we got away from product and the more we got toward process during those 16 years, the happier I was. And the firm that I was with, Ameriprise, was the big firm with the most CFPs at that firm, more CFPs percentage-wise than any other big firm there. And truly, the people I learned from in my area in Detroit were all about process, which I very much enjoyed.
Now, Ameriprise, though, that was once part of American Express, right?
It was. Yeah, when I started, it was IDS Financial Services.
IDS, which was multi-level financial planning at the time, wasn't it?
No. That was Primerica.
He never got the soap, so he just stuck with the planning.
Okay, I thought IDS was for some reason.
No, not at all.
Investors Diversified Services or something.
Based in Minneapolis.
That's
right. Yes, and then the firm was purchased by American Express and then later spun off as Ameriprise. Most of my career was American Express Financial Advisors.
And you were a planner there then, or a representative or a financial advisor?
I was a planner there, and I owned my own franchise, which was really the heart of why I'm doing what I do now. Because the real heart of my story, I mean, we could talk about being a financial planner. The real heart of my story was I was 39 years old, and we had this guy who was a couple years younger than me, but was still quite a mentor, named Chris. His name's Chris Klinke. And Chris put a note in all of our mailboxes at our office. And Chris was giving us a 2-week notice letter, which at the type of, the type of firm that was at the time, that was not a 2-week notice place. You would leave at midnight with the client files, show up someplace else. And then, like if people have seen the old show, Jerry Maguire, you're calling everybody at 4 a.m.
By the way, that still happens in the business, whether you might know that or not. These things still go on. So I
totally believe it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that was a shock just to come into the office, and Chris has this 2 weeks notice letter. And what it said really not only resonated with me, but resonated with a lot of my friends too. And to see all the things that we've done because of this one letter, because of Chris's leadership. Chris wrote us this note saying, you know what? I really like financial planning, but I don't love it. I think it's about 85%. And unless Shirley MacLaine is right and reincarnation is a thing, I've only got one life to live. And if I've got one life, why would I do something that's only 85 or 90%? Not only am I not going to do it, I would encourage you not to do something. Go out and find the thing. He said, so I am leaving because I did a nice job of saving. I have a good emergency fund that will buy me some time to go find out what the thing is, because I work here so many hours a week. I don't know what the thing is. And now I'm 39. My business is just getting into, really starting to roll, and I'm entering those peak earning years as a financial planner. But I also looked at it and I go, you know what? I don't think I love it either. I really like it, but I don't love it. I love being the Channel 7 money man in Detroit. I love the radio show we did. I love the PR stuff, but I truly didn't love the ulcer I was giving myself by really worrying about individual clients' money. I did not like that at all. And I would go through I went through all the pain of, 2000 to 2002. And then, 2007, 2008 was roughly when this happened. Was it this same time? Like the pit in my stomach as these people lost goals, even though we did everything right, really bothered the hell out of me. So I saw this, and Chris at the bottom said, I think I have other mountains to climb. And so I'm going to go climb those mountains. And what's funny is I thought he was being metaphorical. It turned out that Chris went and climbed Mount Everest twice. He's climbed most of the high peaks around the world. He now runs an adventure travel company in Boulder, Colorado.
I think I saw him money in that.
Yeah, I think I saw him on The Sound of Music as well. So
exactly. The Hills Are Alive with Chris Klinke.
That's an awesome story. So you decided then to become the broadcaster, writer that you are today in many ways. I mean, you're providing education rather than providing the hands-on.
It's actually, Tom, a little bit longer story than that, like it is for everybody.
Well, this is a pretty short podcast, though, so I got to be honest with you. I don't know.
How long does Stacking Benjamins run? I think we're shorter.
Well, this is just a good lesson, because the lesson here is go through the door, right? So the door for me was, I got to exit this thing. We're all afraid to exit the thing because I have this meal ticket in front of me, which is being a financial planner. It's a good job. It's a great job. In a lot of ways, it's bringing home the bacon. I'm feeding my family, but we're all afraid to go through the door. And the door I decided to go through was I sold my business. That gave me a big runway as well. I went back to school to become a middle school teacher and a track coach, which is where my wife and I met as middle school track coaches, because I truly love doing that. And what happened was I found out that I really didn't want to be a teacher. I want to teach people about money. And through a series of door openings, because I went through that first door, it's when you go through the door that the next door opens. None of these doors would have opened had I not done that. And
that's a cool story. By the way, who was chasing who on the track? I gotta know. I mean, that
is so curious, because I keep, my kids keep saying, you need to write your memoir. And the title of my memoir, my working title, is Through Open Doors. Because doors do open in life, and we generally don't recognize them, or we're afraid to look in there because we don't know what it holds. And it could be something horrible, but it could be something incredibly awesome.
All right, but let's find out how he got from track coach to where he is today, a host of one of the most popular financial podcasts available. So what happened in that transition?
So I go to school. I go into a post-bachelor's teaching program at what is now Texas A&M Texarkana branch. And I learned from very, very good people. And I loved my teachers when I was clients. And I know that you guys have a ton of fans that are teachers. God bless you, teachers. But what I learned was I would be fighting administration all the time to teach the stuff that I really wanted to teach. In fact, a lot of my clients that were teachers, they said, you'd be a really good teacher, but I don't think you're going to like it. In fact, this one awesome teacher, I had to audit some classes during my education. And this one, her name's Ryan Murray, and she was so amazing. She was such a great teacher. But she said, Joe, I have to make sure the kids know that the emperor, or the kids don't know that the emperor has no clothes. And that I have no power at all to do anything. And if I send anybody to the office, nothing good's going to happen when that kid goes to the office. None of the stuff I need to have happen is going to happen. It's going to end up horrible. And so I learned I didn't want to be a teacher. And at the same time, by the way, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm at home and my kids are getting home from school. They were freshmen in high school at the time. And we were in a new community. So it was a really nice place to be. But I was also kind of bored during my off time. And because I'd done so much PR work, I had friends of mine who were either doing their TV stuff going, Joe, can you write my TV script? Or people going, Joe, can you write my client newsletter? Can you write so I start charging these friends of mine just to make a few bucks on the side. And then I do the math, guys, and I find out not only am I having more fun and I really like financial commentary, but I'm also making more than a first-year teacher is. And I'm like, do I want to go through all this?
Which isn't hard to do.
Well, which is so sad, right?
I know, doesn't it suck?
Horrible.
God bless our teacher friends. I mean, they are just amazing people, but
then they get screwed on their 403B plan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The
That's
annuity
even
thing.
worse.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to teach the way that I wanted. And so I started writing for other people. Then I set up a blog. And then me and my friend OG, 14 years ago, decided, let's start this podcast thing. And now I ended up on the Talking Real Money show, which was my whole goal in the first place.
No, you finally made it.
Life is over.
That was it. I'm here to announce my retirement because, what's better?
Are you allowed to stay home with your spouse? We're not.
What's funny is
we can't retire. We're not allowed to.
Outcasts.
Sadly, Mom's basement is in my. I don't want to pull back the curtain too much, but Mom's basement is in my house. So
what?
Yeah.
Well, then Mom must live upstairs.
I know. Cheryl has to come home to me every day. I feel bad for her.
All right. Well, So, but there may be still a few, hard to believe, few people listening to Talking Real Money now that are unfamiliar with Stacking Benjamin. So give us a little color. For example, I saw you just did a show on increasing your income, which is something Don's very interested in, of course. So, but tell us about some of the topics you cover, how it all works.
Yes,
well, the basic
my attention is wrapped.
The basic framework of the show, guys, is I believe that we learn better when we don't think we're learning at all. Right? If we think we're just having fun and we are,
that's our goal is to not teach you a darn thing. Don't learn anything.
Well, I think that's why we get along so well is because if I'm enjoying it and I'm having a good time, so I'm very interested in the entertainment factor, but I definitely want to teach people 3, 4, 5 things per episode. Our show generally is a variety show, but to your point, we did a couple special episodes, Tom, back to kickoff 2025 with a gentleman named Alex Hormozy, who normally works with entrepreneurs. He doesn't talk to most of the people that are in my audience and your audience, which are people that work for other people. Mm-hmm. But you know what? All these things entrepreneurs do that Hormozy's talking about apply to everybody. Like design your own curriculum. Don't wait for your boss to do it. Why are we waiting for our boss to tell us what our priorities are every day? Figure out what it takes to get ahead and do those things. Forget about mentorship because mentors, the good mentors, especially, their time is precious, and B, 50 million people are asking them to be mentors. They may pick you, but don't assume that they will. Do things that bring stuff to the table to help those people. Look at the people around you and be helpful as much as possible. He joined a networking group, and this was really cool. He had a company that helped people with sales. So he said, if I was these people's advertising department that are in this group, what would I sell them? And he offered to do it for free for these people for a limited time. And they all got to see exactly how they worked. And guess what happened? All these people ended up hiring him. They all hired him, and he ended up with more work than he wanted to do. So he, in his second year in business, made over $25 million with his gym launch program. Today, he teaches people how to make $100 million. And it sounds like hyperbole. And maybe it is. Maybe we won't make $100 million, but certainly there are things we can do. And the best one, I think, for me that he talked about was, and I think we all violate this one, and we do it with our money too. Focus on one thing. Find that one thing. And what's the one thing I can do that gets rid of the 5 crappy things I'm doing now? If I can look at all these things.
Get off this podcast? I'm just putting that out. Sorry, Don.
This is the best thing. This is the one thing I want to do. Okay. Absolutely. But those 5 things you're doing, how do I find one trigger that gets rid of 5? And that's where I think a lot of the key for a lot of us lies.
I love the first one, but go ahead, Don.
In one paragraph, could be a long paragraph. What is Stacking Benjamins, though, about? Except it's about money. But what's it really about? What are you trying to teach? Because you have a lot of disparate guests, a lot of different topics. It's not just what is it?
Our mission statement, Don, is this. There was a report just over a year ago from a group called Nonfiction Research, which dove into the banking industry and dove into the secret financial lives of Americans. And so people anonymously took these surveys, and it was a wide swath of people. What the studies show is that about half of us say we've cried about our money, that we have at one time or another cried. And you would think, by the way, that these are people living paycheck to paycheck. And while it was somewhere around, and I forget the exact number, maybe 53 or 54% of people living paycheck to paycheck that were crying about their money, about 48% of people making over $250,000 a year or more were also crying about their money. And you guys know,
I don't know how you knew that, but he was.
No, kidding aside, I think I did cry at the end of my marriage, but okay.
No. But when you had the 2 houses.
There were no tears, but there were a lot of tremors. Put it that way.
There was some complaining.
Yeah, some. Yeah, you had to listen to most of it.
So you think all of us think that it's, just if I earn more money, my life gets better, which isn't true.
No, that's true.
Our money's going one way, our values are going another way. So for us, if we can earn, spend, and save with a plan that's around our values, that if we can teach people that, then fewer people will cry about. Our goal is to have fewer people cry about their money, which is why we often try to make sure it's an introductory level podcast. We use as little jargon as possible. We also have a wider swath of guests. We have a guy talking about money in the Wild West, right? And in Deadwood, the fact that in the old days in Deadwood, the only people making money were the people mining the miners. The miners weren't making any money. It's the people mining the miners. That's always
the case, selling the shovels.
By the way, Swearingen.
I'm rewatching the show right now, which is just forget how base and horrible anyways. But there are some lessons there. Yeah.
Look at all the people in the financial industry that are mining us.
That's it.
Right? Yep. So you always have to beware of the people mining us. Yep. And so
wait a minute, isn't that almost all of the industry that's mining us?
Well, everybody needs to make a living, right?
Yeah, okay.
And our goal is to align ourselves with those people that A, are going to act like our agent, B, that have our best interest at heart, and that we truly have a good interface with. I prefer myself to hire people that are going to argue with me. I want people that are going to really Gordon Ramsay.
You're going to love Don then. Yeah, that's perfect.
That's why Don and I get along already.
Well, but to that point though, Joe, I mean, for example, we're very out there about what we love and what we hate. And I know you have a lot of different guests. What do you personally think about things like crypto?
I think it can't be investing. It's only speculation. And the reason it's only speculation is because when I invest, I need data. I need back-tested data. There is none. And also I need to know what levers might have a chance of moving it in the future. Does anybody know? I have no idea. So in terms of speculation, okay, I get it. As an investment, is it investment? Is it a currency? I truly don't understand.
Is it even a currency? Can you spend it?
It may be soon. Who knows, right? I mean, And which brings me to this is another one that would come up a lot for us in the last month and a half. As you know, we have a new administration. Are people asking you
there was an election?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh,
so
God,
people are asking you probably like they're asking us. So what do I do? I mean, what's your response to like the topic du jour? I mean, what are you telling people about that?
We look back in time and saw this research that showed that if you invested only when Republicans were president, you did pretty damn good. If I had known this would have been a question, Tom, I would have told you exactly what the answer was.
Because we know the answer, by the way.
But they did pretty damn good. If you invested only when Democrats were president, by the way, for all the people that think that the Republicans in charge is when you won, you actually did much better when Democrats were in charge, which I know shocks a lot of our audiences. But when you did best by 10x if you just left the crap alone.
There you go.
Yes,
we
by
agree.
10x.
Yeah, I know, crazy.
Republicans, Democrats come and go. You know what doesn't come and go? The economy. And the fact that no matter what happens, there's smart people running these companies. You think when we have high inflation and the price of sugar goes up for Coca-Cola, that the heads of Coca-Cola just go, well, the price of sugar is up. There goes our profit margin. No, you know what they do? They think of ways to raise the price. And so when the times of inflation happen, you want to own those things that go up with inflation. The people that have to and by the way, as consumers, what do? We all go what makes sense. Coca-Cola had to raise the price.
But I think they also shrink how much they sit, but that's a whole other thing.
Or they went to high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, something else. Yeah, so totally agree.
Anyway, no, but to that point, we both have reasonably large audiences, and they follow us pretty religiously, I think in both cases. And a lot of our audience, and I'm sure you found this on your show, they listen to us, but they don't take it to heart. They still continue to believe that they can count the cars in the Walmart parking lot, or that they know, because everybody else knows, that tariffs are going to cause the economy to collapse, or whatever it is that they think they know. How do you, on Stacking Benjamins, try to convince people that they are just wrong?
Well, I don't. Number one, but number two, what I try to convince you of is probability and risk management. And the problem that you guys know that you talk to your audience about, and we like to talk to ours about, is the fact that if you remove your money from the market because of gloom and doom coming up during any situation, if you think this next administration's doom and gloom, you think the last one was doom and gloom, you move your money out. You don't just have to be right then. You have to be right twice. And statistically over long periods of time, and I'll get back to that, but statistically over long periods of time, the stock market goes up 70% of the time. And I'll tell you what happens when you play this game, because, back in my early days as a financial planner, before I knew better, I let clients talk me into this, right?
Stockbroker.
Yes. I said, okay, we will go ahead and we will holistic financial planner done.
Yeah, you were selling commission
holistically selling this. Yes.
Before you went to I know I was one. So come on, I know the truth. You were collecting commissions.
I was collecting commissions, but we can talk about how we were doing that holistically at the same time, which we were. I was getting paid on certain stuff, but
we're going to leave alone on that one. Yeah,
fee only. Yeah, that's a 4-hour thing. However,
but it's such a fun conversation.
Yeah, I can tell.
Go ahead.
The 70% of the time the stock market goes up. And what happens is the second I move my money out, you know what I have to do? I have to bet on the stock market going down. So I'm betting on something that only happens over long periods of time, only about 30% of the time. I'm like a salmon having to swim upstream.
I think there's a ProShares mutual fund for you, though, doesn't it? The short one, Don, that's net negative, like
the short triple Q.
Yeah, we looked that up once. It was down like 300% in the last 10 years or something.
You would have lost all of your money in the first 5 years, and then it was this. You just lost money you didn't even own.
Yeah.
Well, you lose your money every day, but you make it up on volume.
That's a good point.
There you go.
All right. Before we let you go, we want to. What are you going to be? You're coming to RetireMeet. We appreciate that. He's actually going to be there, which is pretty cool, in Bellevue on February 8th. Don's kind of promised you're still showing up, right?
Me?
No, Don. Yeah,
I have a ticket.
Okay, good. So Don's coming. No, all kidding aside, Joe's going to be there. We love it. We're glad to have you there. What are you going to be talking about, though? I don't even think I know what your topic is.
Oh, I'm so excited! It's my favorite topic. What the happiest retirees know. And there are two different things going on. There is the math of retirement that a lot of our money geek friends practice and talk about and get in online forums and debate over. And then there's what the happiest people know, which often those two things don't meet. The math and what the happiest people know are two totally different things. And why would the happiest people that are, by the way, very smart and have successfully navigated retirement, done things that mathematically seem like the dumbest things ever? And there's a reason for that. And that's going to be the topic of my talk.
Tom, that's interesting that he's doing this because this is the topic that we've been doing RetireMeet for 10 years. And this is the topic that we have said every year. We need someone to talk about how you live a happy
and
retirement.
We've never found the right person.
Never found the right person. So no pressure, Joe.
Well, you found the wrong one again, but I'm happy to do it.
So we're looking forward to seeing you for that.
Yeah, we really are. Now, bear in mind, given the late date of this, if you're a Seattle area listener, we may be sold out.
Likely we are.
Live seats. However, we have 1,000 seats for the live online version of RetireMeet, and you can sign up for that at RetireMeet, MEET, because they took away the MEAT for some reason.
We had that one for a while.
I know. I thought people could get confused
with every person. Yeah, but no, not anymore.
But they took it away. That's when you work for a bigger company, they don't let you play around with words anymore. But go to retiremeet.com and sign up. Anything else you have, Tom, for Mr. Saul-Sehy?
No, I think I'm yes, but do we have time for that? I mean,
Well, we're coming up on the 30-minute mark.
Because I was going to ask him what other podcasts he likes, but okay.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I bet. I'm gonna guess. Professor G and Afford Anything.
Doc G, yeah.
Doc G.
Doc G.
Who's like number 4.
It doesn't have to be financial. It could be anything. So,
well, Earn and Invest. Doc G collaborates with us. I'm part owner of that show. So the show's very well produced by me. So I think that's a brilliant show. Earn and Invest.
One of the best.
Yeah. And of course, everybody asks me besides you two, I think people know me most, if they don't know me, for Stacky Benjamins from my every other week appearances on Afford Anything. So every other week, Paula Pant and the Afford Anything show are just absolutely brilliant as well. But you know what my personal favorite is? And I've talked about this a lot. I love your show. I love those two shows. I have always been a big fan of Jill on Money. I just think Jill Schlesinger is such a wonderful,
she's good
human being. She knows her stuff. I love Jill on Money.
Yeah, she does a very different kind of show, too. It's just kind of helping a person.
Very much.
Yeah,
very
much. It's kind of fun. It's different.
And getting to know her like I've gotten to know you guys, she is just a wonderful human being. You would absolutely love her. Just charming person.
And do you believe, like I do, that somewhere probably around 90% of the investing podcasts are just pure drivel?
Yeah, 100%. Yes. I can't stomach.
Well, they're selling something. They got a product.
Well, we're all selling something.
Yeah, but we are.
It's America. We sell things here in America.
And more often than not, it is life insurance policies. Like so many of them talk about, this infinite banking stuff or velocity banking that, as you guys know, it can work really well until it doesn't. And then it unravels your entire personal financial situation, like everything.
As you know, we don't believe in quick fixes. We don't believe in fast. But I mean, that's all stuff that comes up. It comes up because we get the questions every week and we have to tell them no. So
just don't do it.
Yeah,
just don't do it.
Indexed annuity. Stop it. Stop all of them. Oh.
We're excited to see you. We thank you.
We really are. We're looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah,
we actually get to hang out with you in person. I mean, for heaven's sake, I thought you were going to be in Minnesota when I went up there. But no, Joe Saul-Sehy, just me.
But I did hook you up with some cool people.
Oh my gosh, what a great group!
We have one meetup group in the country, and it's in Minneapolis, and those people are amazing.
But I got to tell you, the upper Midwesterners are a breed unlike any other. When I was doing the old Don McDonald show years ago, for some strange reason, my most rabid audience was in Minneapolis.
They're such nice people.
They're such nice people.
And we had such a great visit to Wisconsin this summer.
Oh, and Tom loved Madison. That was great, too.
Yeah, really fun. Yeah,
I went to Madison on my book tour a couple of years ago. I'd never been there. What a beautiful place. And again, wonderful people.
Yeah.
All right, Joe Saul-Sehy from the Stacking Benjamins podcast. far more popular than ours. And
we're working on it, though. We got guys in
we'll
our
never
basement that are going to do stuff.
We'll
so
never
be ready.
catch up. Look at how old we are compared to him.
That's a good point. Well, our runway, as he said, is short. I got it. It's
all right.
Coming to an end.
Joe, we're looking forward to seeing you in Bellevue, Washington on the 8th of February. We're also looking forward to seeing all of you there or online. And please keep listening to this show. Go listen to their show. Listen to all the good shows and stop listening to the bad ones. I'm Don. That's Tom, along with Joe, Saul-Sehy, and all of us. We hang out almost every day talking real money.
The opinions and views expressed on this podcast were current on the date recorded. Opinions, estimates, forecasts, and statements of financial market trends that are based on current market conditions constitute our judgment and are subject to change without notice, including any forward-looking estimates or statements which are based on certain expectations and assumptions. Although information and opinions given have been obtained from or based on sources believed to be reliable, no warranty or representation is made as to their correctness, completeness, or accuracy. Information presented on the podcast is not personalized investment advice from Appella Wealth. The views and strategies described may not be suitable for everyone. This podcast does not identify all the risks, direct or indirect, or other considerations which might be material to you when entering any financial transaction. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and profitable results cannot be guaranteed. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for informational, educational, and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. The podcast is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Appella Wealth, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Please see Appella Wealth's ADV Part 2A on our website for information regarding Appella's fees and services. Appella Capital, LLC, DBA Appella Wealth, is an investment advisory firm registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The firm only transacts business in the states where it is properly registered or excluded or exempt from registration requirements. Registration with the SEC or any state securities authority does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Appella does not provide tax or legal advice, and nothing either stated or implied here should be inferred as providing such advice. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and important disclosure related to performance of any specific index or fund quoted in this podcast. And the lawyers get richer.